Hey everybody, so I am here in Cincinnati, Ohio on a world famous disc golf course. It just looks like a Honda dealership with enough lighting to shoot video in the evening. But this actually, let's just say this is Mount Airy. They'll never know. Uh, and I did my seminar today. And at the seminar, this gentleman right here, as I'm in, meeting everybody, he says, his name's Dale Smith. He was on the list. And he mentioned that he had a lower PDGA number than mine. And I said, really, what's your number? And he says 18. And I waited for him to finish, 1862, 1804. No, it was number 18, PDGA number 18. Maybe the lowest number east of the Mississippi. Someone might contradict that. They may be right, may be wrong.
Not sure.
We're not sure, but if we're wrong, we're only off by like 15 at the most, but maybe 0. Dale Smith, Dale, thank you so much for. Well, first off, you have fun at the seminar.
That was
today?
great. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, people aren't interested in the seminar. They want to know about PDGA number 18. So, back in the 70s, you were playing Frisbee golf
Yep.
in
Akron.
Ohio.
Akron. Yeah.
And except there were no Frisbee golf courses.
There weren't in 1975, 76. We were playing.
Zero courses.
We were doing the tree golf thing.
Right, the tree golf. So how did you discover the game of Frisbee golf? Or are you one of those people that thought you had invented it? Like a lot of people independently, that's not the right word. A lot of people did invent the game in the sense that no one showed them. Was that you?
It was close to that, but I was a member of the International Frisbee Association at the age of maybe 14 or 15, and we were doing all the things that they do in that. And an outgrowth of that was when they started creating disc golf in 1976 with the beginnings of the PDGA.
What got you into the IFA? I mean, like you were into just playing Frisbee?
It was just fun playing Frisbee was fun back then. It was friends just getting competitive with it and distance contests.
How did you hear about it?
Originally, gosh, I don't even know. I mean,
like the back of a cereal box
it was probably
or something like that?
Yeah.
That is what.
Going way back, yeah.
This is how the sport was promoted back then. Actually, you told an interesting story of the first Akron Open, except nobody really played Frisbee back then competitively. So how did you build a field of players for the Akron Open?
Oh, we had a local group that was pretty serious about it, but then we put ads in the newspaper. That's what you did back then, pre-internet, and just tried to get as many people as we could. We had trophies. There's no cash involved. We had a bunch of trophies.
Yeah. So does anybody want to come compete in a Frisbee tournament? That was the Akron Open.
I can brag that I won the Akron Open in 1975, 1976, 1978, and 1980. So I thought I was a big deal in disc golf, and thought I was really special until I actually started playing in some of the national tours.
Well, now wait a second here. Let's be clear about this. How many Akron Opens does Paul Macbeth have?
None.
There we go. So you are way better at the Akron Open than Paul Macbeth has ever been.
That's right.
Or me. Wait, I don't think I've ever played.
I would have kicked your ass in 1975 too.
Well, I was 4. 6. You might have actually back. So kids might not know this, but back in the 70s, you were allowed to smack around 6-year-olds that weren't your own. You could have kicked my ass and gotten away with it if I was disrespectful to my elders back then. Though the world has changed.
You still might have beat me at 4. I don't know.
I was pretty good at 4. So, all right, you were also a 2-time state distance champion.
Yeah, it wasn't like a formal state thing, but there was a collegiate contest that they had that I won at Ohio State level, and then there was like a regional level.
How cool is that? What years?
79 and 80.
79. That was the era with Dave Johnson. I think Dave Dunapace set the record in 1980. I believe out in California.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So
that was before golf discs to bevel discs and stuff like that. So I mean, 70, 75 yards, 80 yards could win tournaments.
Yeah. Well, in 79 and 80, you were playing with, those were still not still, those were 70 moles and 40 moles then, weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were playing with the Midnight Flyers by that point.
Yep.
But before then, what were the discs in '75 and '76?
Oh, geez, it was the Super Pros and
Super Pro.
what was the, I can't remember what it even has now.
The Masters.
The Masters.
Yeah,
yes.
the Masters.
The big black ones.
Yes.
But, I told you earlier, I was Ohio State started their Ultimate Frisbee club, and I was the captain of the first Ultimate Frisbee team at Ohio State. We didn't win a game that season, but we had a team.
Wait a second. Wait, how did the Ohio State Ultimate team not win a game? Like who? Like
Because it was just it's like the birth of the sport almost. I mean, the other schools just were a little bit more advanced, and he's just a little bit better than the other guys.
So they had been playing for 6 months. You guys have been playing for 4.
Right. And it was just a brand new club at Ohio State. Didn't have any.
God, that is so
history.
cool. Now you went to a tournament in New York,
It was at Kensico Dam, which is no longer there.
and you were telling me about who was on your card and who was on the
well,
card in
this
front of you.
back in that day, there were no divisions.
There's some name dropping for you.
Other than men versus women, but the first round I was on the card with Snapper Pearson, who at the time was the world champion. So this was my chance to test my mettle against the best in the world. And Scott Zimmerman was on the card, or the partner trio right in front of us. So they were kind of they were trying to track each other and see how they were playing, at least in the first round.
Wait, what year was this?
Say 1980.
And what
Well,
tournament?
it could have been 82.
What tournament was this?
I wish I knew the name off the top of my head. It was sponsored by some department store.
But it was $10,000 in prize money.
$10,000 in prize money, which is a pretty big tournament.
That's not too shabby back then, right?
But,
And you didn't. You said you didn't play so hot.
well, like I said, I'm not even sure who won that tournament, but I'm pretty sure I know who finished last.
We're not going to say who. Let's just assume it was some guy named Larry, for lack of data. They don't know. There's no records.
That's right. There is no record.
Okay,
I've tried
so-
to find records.
Okay, yeah. So we have no idea who finished last.
You know why though? Because I had not been to the Scott Stokely seminar yet to learn how to throw properly.
Oh,
It took me another 45 years to get to that.
how's that for a shameless plug? Not for me. So you unfortunately made the decision in what year?
It was like 1982, just before Bevel Discs came out.
Yeah, you decided that.
I wasn't going to be able to make a living playing disc golf. Not that I'm sure very many people will.
No.
I just finished college. Ended up with 5 degrees actually, but lived a life in a desk job and really didn't touch a disc for over 30 years.
And then what got you back into it?
Just a buddy at work said, "Hey, want to play some disc golf?" I said, "Oh yeah, I used to play." Then
Did he have any idea that you were who you were?
no, I might have mentioned it.
But he probably didn't connect the dots.
It's a local course. Yeah, I wouldn't give anything to him. But I had never touched a bevel disc before. Just the whole idea of how to throw that took a while to figure out compared to the old Frisbee style.
Oh yeah, I mean at the seminar today, you threw like somebody who played Frisbee in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I said when I watched you throw was, your technique isn't wrong. You're just playing in the wrong decade with the wrong discs. But the way you threw was exactly how you had to throw Super Pro. Like you had that Super Pro technique, and then we had to translate that. So you've been playing for the last 8 years.
8 or 9 years.
8 or 9 years.
Just off and on. It's mostly casual.
Yes, and so now, as you're retiring, what are you going to be doing in your retirement?
I've chosen to be disc golf instead of stick golf to be the hobby of choice, if you will, and try to, and obviously I went to your seminar today to try to get better.
He's going to tour. That's what he's trying to say.
I would love to tour. I'm still an amateur, technically. And
Yeah. But I mean, you could be the best MP60 in the world. You're not going to make any money playing. If you enjoy playing and you get to tour and travel and see the courses and have fun.
We were talking about it earlier. It's the people in disc golf are just, there's so many good people. It's just fun to go to a tournament. And I've been to Bowling Green a couple times, and just to see 800 or 900 people playing something that there are so few people playing before. And most people are friendly, especially in the rec divisions.
So what would you say if, and these questions are so cliche, but I think they're still good. So what is the biggest difference between Like if there was, what's the most striking thing you saw when you came back to the sport? Now this is 8 or 9 years ago, so this isn't 2021 golf, but it's, you know, it's still recent.
I think it's pretty easy. The beveled edge discs, and just back in the 70s, if you could throw it 70 or 80 yards, that was about as far as you could go.
Yeah.
And now, obviously,
Yeah.
you're just casually flipping 450-foot sidearms and down.
Right.
And just the different. I mean, I remember just you see the frisbees just kind of float through the air and land. And today, it's just much more of a line drive and the power that goes behind it.
Definitely has changed.
It's a different sport. It's like.
It is. Who are of the players? This is not. I'm not trying to. This is not a leading question. So say of the players out on the pro tour, who's your favorite player? Yeah. Do you have one? No, stop. I said I'm not leading the questions. That's not what that was.
That might be true, though. I mean.
Okay. Well, next year when I win everything next year, but until then, who's your favorite tour out there?
I don't think I haven't picked one to root for or against.
So you just
kind of enjoy watching.
Just watching the game.
Yeah, Will Schusterich, I guess I've seen him play.
I love Will.
But
yeah, it's great.
I guess I'm just more the point of just enjoying the sport. Right?
Just enjoying watching it happen.
Ricky
Cool.
Masaki, met him a couple times.
Yeah.
I guess once you meet somebody, you kind of root for them a little bit. But.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. All right. Well, look, thanks so much. We just had an amazing dinner here at Mount Airy that resembles the Toyota car lot. By the way, Toyota, if you want to sponsor someone and get more of these plugs, oh, it's Honda. Never mind. So, hold on a second. Turn the camera. Okay. You see that Toyota? That could be you. I really thought it was a Toyota dealership. All right, but the wonderful thing is we had light out here, so we could do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott. This is courtesy of Scott today. If you can see that,
the purple thumb.
He threw me a disc, and that's how I caught it. So,
yeah. No, it's if you don't throw properly, I'd put your thumb in pliers until you do. Because that's the only way you're going to learn. That could work. No, I will be really serious about this. So, you have incorrectly downplayed your importance in the role of the sport. Because it isn't your role of the sport that's so important. You are a metaphor for all the people in Akron, Ohio, and Tallahassee, Florida, and whatever. I'm just name the random city that back before this was a sport, started a club and got other people doing it and introduced the game to people. The sport has been built on the shoulders of people before. There were no people before you. You are the original shoulders. It's true. Cool. No, I don't think you should ever downplay the part you play. When you see the pro tour, I think you should feel a little bit of pride in that because you did play a part in that. That exists in part because of you and all the people like you. So thank you so much from all of us. And that is sincere. That's not hyperbole. That's the truth. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Again, awesome. Appreciate it. All right, guys. There's going to be so more of these coming. But subscribe. You want more updates when these happen? Subscribe, subscribe. Tell people to subscribe and subscribe. Thanks.